Are you ready for 12 more beginner guitar riffs? Well, today I've got them for you, okay? We're gonna dive into 12 more great beginner guitar riffs that at the same time of having fun, because we are playing music, right? We're learning guitar in order to play music, so we wanna have fun by playing real stuff. These riffs will teach you actual practical things for your playing. Oh, and do make sure you stick around because the last two are really gonna stretch you. They're gonna push it and make you a better guitar player. So stick around for those last couple. So let's dive right in with number one from one of my favorite bands who I just saw last month, the Foo Fighters. This is Bridge Burning off of their Wasting Light album. Now this song has 3 notes for this riff. You're gonna use your first finger on 10 on your 6th string. I should tune. I should really tune. So you're gonna use your first finger on the 10th fret of your 6th string, and then you're going to use your 3rd finger to play 12. And then all we have is open. And it just goes back and forth like this. We're going. Now, if we want to count the rhythm to that, playing 8th notes in the first measure, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and in the second measure, we're playing 2 8th notes and a quarter note on beat 1 and 2, and then same thing on beat 3 and 4. We're playing 2 8th notes and a quarter note, so we're going to get 1 and 2, 3 and 4. And so with that, we get. Now this one, it is pretty fast when you listen to it in the recording. So start slow and build up that speed. Here's the trick. You can leave your first finger down, okay? If you leave your first finger down while you do this, then you're just coordinating your picking with your 3rd finger. Now, I recommend doing alternate picking. So you're going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down. Okay? If you do that, start slow, build up that speed. This is a fun riff, great song, probably my favorite Foo Fighters album, although I love all of them. So, you know, that's hard to tell. All right, riff number 2, we're gonna do Hey Bulldog by the Beatles, which this is actually kind of funny because I've always loved this riff. I've always felt like this was an underrated song. But the story behind it is they wrote this song as filler for the Yellow Submarine movie, which is just bonkers to me because I love this riff and you will too. You're gonna use your 1st, 2nd, and 3rd finger. We're playing the 2nd fret, the 3rd fret, and the 4th fret. And you're gonna have your open. So to start this out, what we're gonna do is we are gonna do 2 on your 5th string, and we're gonna play that twice. And then you're gonna play your open 4th string, then back to 2 on your 5th string. Then you're going to roll that finger back. I'm just laying it back onto the 2nd fret of my 4th string, and then I'm going to lift it right back up to play 2 on my 5th string. And then I'm gonna play the 3rd fret on my 4th string. And then I'm gonna play the 4th fret on my 4th string. And then it kind of reverses. Okay, keeping it classic, we're going to go on to another one, everyone's favorite, In the Garden of Eden, which sounds like rock and or roll if you've seen The Simpsons. No, actually, this is In-A-Gadda-Da-Vida by Iron Butterfly, which apparently was supposed to be titled In the Garden of Eden, but the singer could not pronounce it right, probably because he was high, right? Now this one, we're gonna start on your open 4th string. I'm using just my 1st finger and 2nd finger, but my 1st finger is normally playing the 2nd fret. It will play the 1st fret in a minute, and my 2nd finger plays the 3rd fret, and you're gonna get this cool riff. So that is your open 4th string twice, and then your 3rd fret with your 2nd finger, first finger on your 2nd fret, and then your 2nd finger plays 3 on your 5th string. then back to your fourth string, and then your first finger plays 2 on your third string, and then the first fret on your third string, and then open, and then your second finger plays 3 on your fourth string again, and then it repeats. Okay, next up, you need to know power chords for this one. This is I Love Rock and Roll by Joan Jett. If you don't know power chords, we're going to play one finger open power chords, like your E power chord, which is just your open E string. And then your first finger plays the second fret on your fifth string, and you hit both strings simultaneously. And you're going to need closed power chords, or standard power chords, like having your first finger on the second fret of your fifth string, and then your third finger playing the fourth fret on your fourth string, like this. You're gonna need to be able to play those. But this is I Love Rock and Roll. Everybody knows this one. We're gonna start with that open E power chord, and it's gonna go like this. And now, use your second finger to grab the third fret on your sixth string and play that and bend it a little bit. You're going to play your E chord twice. And I hit that G, that third fret that we bend. I hit that with an upstroke. And then we're going to go to your A chord and hit that twice. And then we go up to your B chord. So your B chord is 2 on your fifth string and 4 on your fourth string. And then use your second finger to hit that G and bend it again. And then we're going to go through that again. So we're going to go. And now when we get to B, we're going to hit B once. And then hit your open A chord once. And then we're going to slide up to an E power chord with your first finger on 7 on your A string, your fifth string, and your third finger on 9 on your fourth string. And you're going to hit that. 2, 3, 4. And then we have this cool lick, which this lick is what makes it awesome. And that lick is going to go like this. You're going to come all the way up to 15 on your second string. And you're going to hit that. And bend it up and release it. Come down to 12 on that same string. And then on your third string, you're going to use your third finger to play 14. And then first finger on 12. And when you put it all together, you get this. Oh, that was too far. So all together, we get this cool riff. And that's the basis for most of that song, actually. All right, the next one is Immigrant Song by Led Zeppelin. And I know what you're thinking. How is this a beginner guitar riff? Because it's really one note that we're playing an octave. We're playing 2 notes, okay? So here's all it is. The Immigrant Song is way easier than it sounds. You're going to use your first finger on 2 on your 6th string, which is an F sharp, by the way. And then your third finger is going to skip down to your 4th string and play an F sharp on your 4th fret. That's the same note. They're just an octave apart. And that is the riff. The riff is those 2 notes. We're going to switch between those. Now, when you hear it fast, it sounds like this. But if we take it slow, you can practice jumping from your 6th string to your 4th string, which is what we call string skipping. This is a great way to practice that as a beginner. biggest thing is going to be the picking on that, because you want to go down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, down. And if you do that, start slow, and then you can build it up and get to. The only thing is when you skip to the higher F sharp with your third finger, relax your first finger so that that note stops. But you also want to be touching all the strings with the side of your first finger so that it mutes other strings. And that'll make it sound a lot cooler. Now, there's a good chance that you already know how to play this one because a lot of people know this one, but this is Enter Sandman by Metallica. And if you have not played it, this is a great workout for learning how to use your first three fingers really well together, because you're going to be on different strings. You're going to be changing strings. Here's how it's going to look. You're going to play your open 6th string, and then your third finger plays the 7th fret on your 5th string. And then your first finger plays 5 on your 4th string. And then we're going to skip back to your 6th string with your second finger to play 6 and your first finger on 5. That's the basis for the whole riff. Then at the very end, we're going to play that 7 one more time, and then it starts. Now, we play that 3 times. And then we go to this cool little power chord thing, which if the power chord is too hard, you can just do the 6th string until you build up the strength to do it with a power chord. We're going to play a G power chord. So that's my first finger, 3rd fret, 6th string, 3rd finger on the 5th fret of my A string, and I'm going to play that. And then I'm going to play my 6th string open, and I'm going to scoot my hand down and play an F sharp power chord on 2 and 4. And then lift up my first finger and play open. And then back down and slide up to that G, back down to F sharp, and then do an open E. So you get. And bonus points if you use your palm and you place it on your bridge to palm mute it. So all together, we're going to get this. All right, I think we are on number 7 now. This is Paranoid by Black Sabbath. Now, when I first learned this, I learned it wrong, okay? I learned it here. But it's not played there. Tony Iommi played it up here. So it's an E power chord all the way up on 12 and 14. So 12 on your 6th string, 14 on your 5th string, and you're gonna go like this. We're gonna bar with your first finger on 12, so you can do a hammer on onto 14. And we do that 3 times in a row. And then the next measure is mostly hammer on. So we're gonna hammer on your 5th string from 12 to 14, and then from 12 to 14 on your 4th string. And then back to your 5th string, same thing. And then the last 2 notes is 12 on your 4th string, and then 14 on your 5th string. So you're gonna get. And so you put that together and we get. Okay, this next one, a lot of people might not think is beginner friendly, but it really is. You've got to use all 4 of your fingers though, and you do not have to play a bar chord, okay? This is Kryptonite by 3 Doors Down. This came out when I was in junior high. Now here's the cool thing with this. We are actually arpeggiating chords. The chords are B minor, G, and A major. And that's actually most of the song. Actually, I need to do a video on the solo for this song because it's one of the best beginner solos to learn. But the riff goes like this. It's what you hear in the very beginning. And what we're going to do is play this B minor, and we're playing 1 finger per string. Okay, so your first finger is on the 2nd fret of your 5th string. Your 3rd finger is on the 4th fret of your 4th string. Your pinky is on the 4th fret of your 3rd string. And then your second finger plays the 3rd fret of your 2nd string. Now you don't have to bar with your 1st finger because we're not playing that 2nd fret on the 1st string. It's just the 2nd fret on your 5th string. So right now my 1st finger is not touching any other strings. It's only pressing down on 1, which is going to help you get used to that position, which will make playing bar chords easier. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play this rhythm. We're gonna arpeggiate through this, and it's gonna go like this. We're gonna play 5th, 4th, 3rd, 2nd, and we hold that note out for a second, and then we're gonna play. So that's my 3rd, 4th, and then I'm letting go the whole chord. And that's gonna give me time to change. So for this first measure with B minor, we're doing this. And then I'm gonna put my 2nd finger down on G on the 3rd fret of my 6th string, and my 1st finger down on the 2nd fret of my 5th string, and I'm gonna get this. And then you can do this either way. I used to do this with for A, it's just the open 5th string, 2nd fret on your 4th and 3rd strings, and then your open 2nd string. So that's an A suspended 2nd chord technically. And you put that together and you get this. Now you'll notice I use my 1st finger to play both strings on that A sus2 because my fingers are fat, so I can do that. Okay, but you can use your 1st and 2nd, or you can bar that. I just used 1 finger and I press down on both strings. Whatever works for you, but that is Kryptonite by 3 Door Stand. Number 9, this is Crazy Train by Ozzy Osbourne. Now, you might be going, wait, this is not beginner friendly. Yes, it is. You're gonna use all 4 of the fingers on your hand, okay? This is going to push you and stretch you and help you become better. So here's how you do it. We're gonna start with your 1st finger on 2 on your 6th string, twice. Then you're gonna use your 3rd finger. Now, key thing before I go on, that 2nd finger needs to hang out right there around the 2nd fret, okay? Because we're gonna do that, and then you're gonna use your 3rd finger to play your 4th fret on your next string on the 5th string, then go back to 2 on your 6th, and then your pinky is gonna play 5 on your 5th string, and then we do 4 on the 5th string again and go back, so we're going back and forth. And then for the last part of it, we're gonna do 2 on your 5th string, your pinky plays 5 on the 6th string, and then your 3rd finger plays 4, and then pinky with 5, and we repeat that. And then open. So we're gonna go. Now start slow, go like this, go. Okay, I guess we're really only using 3 fingers. We're not using your 2nd finger, but that's okay. That's going to be impressive. Your friends are all going to love that one, right? So start slow and build up on Crazy Train. Number 10 is Warning by Green Day. Now, this is mainly the bass line, but if you listen closely, there is a recorded guitar playing this same thing as well. Now, this is a cool little riff. It's going to be open strings and then your 1st finger and your 3rd finger, and that is it. We're going to use your 1st finger on the 2nd fret and your 3rd finger on the 4th fret. And when you do that, we're going to play this. We're going to play open A string twice, and then 2nd and 4th like this. Then go to the 4th string and do the exact same thing. Now you go to your 3rd fret, Now you go to your third string and play that twice, and then walk backwards. We're gonna do 4, 2, open, and then 4, 2, open on your fifth string. Well, actually, open is when it restarts. So we're gonna go coming back down. We're gonna do your third string open, 4, 2, open, 4, 2, and then it repeats. Now this one's great because you can work on your alternate picking again, as you should be doing with most of these songs. You want to practice your alternate picking. So that is picking down and then picking up, okay? And if you do that, you can start slow. And then get faster. Great little song. I love that song. Okay, now these last two, like I said before, these are going to push you. They are going to make you better. They're going to make you do some stuff that you maybe wouldn't do normally. But this one, number 11, is Gimme 3 Steps by Lynyrd Skynyrd. Now this is one of the coolest songs. I've loved this as long as I've been playing guitar. And actually the version I learned is not the original recorded version. It's actually the Muscle Shoals version, which is really cool. My dad had it on an album somewhere, and that was actually the one that I pulled up and listened to all the time. I didn't realize that one is in a different key. It's a half step down. But anyway, here's what we're going to do for Gimme 3 Steps. We're going to be playing double stops, and most of this is your first and third finger. You got to get used to switching between your first and third finger. So this is going to start with double stops on the 7th fret of your third and fourth strings. And then you're going to play those twice, and then we're going to use your third finger to play 9 on your 5th string. And then we go back. And we do that. And then we're going to go to the 5th string and hammer on to 9 from 7. And then we go to the double stops. And then we do that again. So far we have... Now we're going to change chords. Instead of being on your 3rd and 4th string, we're going to slip down and do your 5th and 4th string and do basically the same thing on your 5th, 4th, and 6th strings like this. And then we go back to your other strings where we started. And then we go back down. And then here we're going to end by barring your 7th fret on your 2nd, 3rd, and 4th strings. Which is a D chord, by the way. That's what you're playing. But you put all of that together and you get one of the coolest sounding rock riffs of all time. Thank you, Lynyrd Skynyrd. Sounds like this. I love that one. That was one of those ones that when I was first learning that, just thought it sounded so cool. So go have fun with Gimme 3 Steps. You got to practice changing strings with that riff to change chords with that riff, but double stops with your first finger and then doing the hammer-ons between your first and third finger. Great work on your phrasing. I love that one. So go do that. Okay, now this last one is Dig a Pony by the Beatles. This is off the Beatles' Let It Be album, and it's one of the songs that they played in their rooftop concert. But for years, I played this wrong, okay? Now this uses my favorite scale, which I call the Instant Rockstar scale. A lot of people know this is the major pentatonic diagonal shape, okay? And I'm gonna show you how it uses this. We're gonna start all the way down here on 3, and we're gonna jump from 3, use your pinky or your third finger. If you use your pinky to do this, as we do these big jumps, it's going to look like your hand is crawling up the fretboard. But you can use your third finger if you want. Just makes it a little bit tougher, I think. Anyway, so we're going to start with 3 on your 6th string. Then use your pinky to play 7 on your 6th string. Now we're going to change strings, and your first finger plays 5 on your 5th string. And then your third finger plays 7. And then you're going to play 5 on the 4th string and go back to 7 on your 5th. So all together, that's going to sound like this. Now, essentially, we're going to do the exact same thing starting from 5 on your 5th string. So we're going to play 5 with your first finger, 9 with your pinky, and then your first finger is going to climb up and play 7 on your 4th string, third finger on 9 on your 4th string, and then 7 on your 3rd string, and then back to 9. And you're going to get this. So it's the exact same riff, different strings, different position. So put those two together and you get this. Slower, it'll go like this. Isn't that awesome? I remember when I learned it this way, rather than I used to actually play this with a D chord. It was terrible. I played it in open position. It sucked. It was not as cool. But when I learned it in this position, I just thought that was awesome. Now, for the end of this riff, we're going to go down to an open A power chord like this. And then you're going to use your 2nd and 3rd finger to do a bunch of hammer-ons where we play this. So you're going to have that open A power chord. And we're going to play 3 and 4 on your 5th string, 2 on your 4th, hammer on from 3 and 4 on your 4th string, and we're going to go to 2 on the 3rd, then back down to 4, down to 2 on that string, and then we're going to do the 3 to 4 hammer on, and then 2 on your 4th string. So all together, the last part, the last couple measures goes like this. Very bluesy sounding, right? And so when you put all of that together, you get this awesome riff. Now, what blows my mind about that Dig-a-Pony riff is John Lennon sings while he's playing that riff, which honestly isn't as hard as I thought it would be, but still, that's impressive to sing while playing that riff. I love that riff. So that is 12 more beginner guitar riffs for you that you should learn that are going to teach you a lot of practical stuff. I hope that was fun for you. Now, if you want the PDF tab of all 12 of these riffs, go to simpleguitar.com/beginner riffs 2, the number 2, beginner riffs 2. And you can download all 12 of these tabs for free. Just put in your email address. I'll send them right over to you. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching these. If you haven't seen the other video where we go through 12 total beginner riffs, go check that out right here, and I will catch you in the next video.